All right, we are back for our final interview of the day here at Spirit of Oneness, and we are here with
Christine Arnold.
Christine Arnold. Now, Christine is not your typical vendor here this weekend.
I am not.
What is it you are doing here?
I'm the managing director of the Nobody's Cats Foundation. We are a local nonprofit organization that's supported by the folks here at Spirit of Oneness. They invite us to attend to raise awareness and funds for our programs. And we also benefit from one of the galleries, the gallery today, benefited our foundation.
And the gallery was with Terry Christine, right?
Vanessa.
Oh, sorry.
Yep.
Vanessa, that's
Yep.
right.
Yep.
Okay. We've talked to so many people today. It's been wonderful.
It's hard to keep
It was
track.
hard to keep track. Vanessa. And she said that went really well.
Yeah, sounds like it did. Yeah, we benefited a great deal from that, so we're really grateful.
Fantastic. Now, you're set up tomorrow, too.
Yep, we'll be
What
here
is it you're
tomorrow.
offering?
We have selected items from our little retail store. We have a little retail store at our clinic to help offset our costs. And we also have a lot of information for people about trap, neuter, return and how they can implement programs for their community cats.
Okay.
And we have a lot of stuff for kids, coloring books and crayons for kids and activity sheets and things like that focused on humane treatment of non-human animals. And so we're here to really just to raise awareness and funds, particularly about the community cats.
Okay. And tell us a little more about what you do, specifically.
We are a organization that is dedicated solely to serving this demographic of cats, these cats who live outside.
Okay.
So we work with individuals, businesses, and municipalities, and our goal is to promote the adoption of trap, neuter, return as the preferred strategy in our region for managing these animals.
Okay, so explain that to our viewers.
So trap and return is a comprehensive strategy, and it focuses primarily on high-intensity sterilization, spaying and neutering of these cats. But it also focuses on making sure they're properly fed, that they have fresh water every day, that they have appropriate shelter. And it manages human behavior as well as cat behavior. So, for example, we want people to feed during the day, not at night, because when you feed at night, you attract wildlife.
Okay.
So you're feeding a lot of raccoons and skunks and possums,
But
not the cats. In addition to which, it's really hard to keep track of your colony of cats when they're eating when you're not around.
Right.
So if you routinely feed at the same time in the same place every day, you know when those cats are coming. And if a newcomer appears, you know right away so you can trap it and get it altered. And you don't end up finding out you have a newcomer when she comes with kittens.
Gotcha. Okay. Now, you explained the process to us yesterday, but how could somebody know that a cat had been through your process?
There's something called an ear tip, and it's the tip of the left ear is removed while they're unconscious and we're doing surgery. And so that's a universal symbol all around the planet that cat has been spayed or neutered and has received at least a rabies vaccine and is being cared for by somebody, a caretaker, is receiving food and water on a daily basis.
Okay, and that's the tip of the left ear.
Correct. It's called an ear tip.
It's universal.
Universal sign. There used to be other ways that people did it, but there were too many different mechanisms, and many of them were confusing. So you didn't know if they were naturally occurring or if they had been actually humanly produced.
Right.
So, and what we primarily do is provide affordable spay-neuter surgeries and related services for these cats at our clinic in Camp Hill. We do 3 days to 4 days a week of surgeries, and we do roughly 40 to 45 cats a day. People drop them off in the morning. We do all their services. They pick them up in the afternoon, and then they stage them in the trap. And we also loan the humane traps. So they'll stage them after surgery for a day or two and then return them to their outdoor home.
Wow. How long have you been doing this?
We opened our clinic in about 6 years ago, 2013, and we've altered, as of today, just under 28,500 cats.
That's amazing.
And you figure that's just hundreds of thousands of kittens that haven't been born to suffer and die. The mortality rate among kittens in these populations is 70 to 90%. So the vast majority of these kittens are going to die
Right.
before they reach a year of age. But they can get pregnant at 3 or 4 months and have a litter of their own 64 days later. So we're seeing the kittens who were born this spring, the females who were born this spring, are having kittens now. And many of them die during that process because they're not developed enough to effectively give birth. They may starve because supporting a litter of kittens is physically draining.
Right.
And they're at risk for predators like foxes and coyotes. So it's a very risky time for them, and a lot of them die as a result. But they're so effective at reproducing, so they have 2 litters a year, 4 to 6 kittens a litter. So even if a lot of them die, they have litters, the population continues to expand. So
Right.
this is why this high-intensity sterilization is so critical, because it stops that cycle, and the animals aren't replacing themselves multiple times over.
Right.
They live out a natural life, and then gradually through attrition, the colony size, the size of that group of cats declines over time. And they're healthier cats, who have a better quality of life.
Right. It's interesting, because you hear about how you should spay and neuter and all those things, but hearing the numbers, the facts, really brings it home.
Yeah, I think
Because in my brain, and my family loves animals, I never even thought at 3 months they could have their own litter.
they get pregnant at 3 months. It takes 64 days.
Wow.
Then later. So basically 5 months.
5 months, yeah.
5 to 6 months of age. And it's, there's just an incredible amount of suffering, but it happens in ways that a lot of people don't see.
Mm-hmm.
So, these cats are everywhere. They're barn cats, they're neighborhood cats, they're alley cats, they're feral cats. I mean, all the different terminology that's used for them. They're all domestic cats. They're all the same cats that we have in our homes.
Mm-hmm.
It's the same species. This is where most of our pet cats come from, and this is where most of the cats in our rescues and shelters come from, these populations of animals.
Mm-hmm.
So then it also makes it really tough for our rescues and shelters, because if I have a litter of kittens born under my deck and I beg you to take one, you're more likely to take one from me than to go to the rescue or shelter to get one. And then they're constantly inundated with this demand to take these animals in.
Yes.
But if they can't move animals out, they can't take animals in. So it's sort of a catch-22.
Wow.
If we cut that cycle of reproduction, we can really make a huge difference.
Yeah, it ripples out.
Yep.
And how long have you been doing this?
I've been doing I've been involved in the animal welfare field for about 30 years or so, and I've volunteered in a shelter, and I volunteered in a rescue, and I was doing a lot of fostering and adoption, and I came to realize that this was not the most effective use of my time.
Right.
And so about 25 years ago, I started to push trap, neuter, return through a local rescue organization, and then about 7 or 8 years ago, it became clear to me that we needed to create an organization that did nothing but this. And so that's when we started the foundation.
That's fantastic. Wow. Good for you.
It's nice to see that our culture is changing too in our region.
Mm-hmm.
We have a very traditional agricultural region,
Mm-hmm.
and then people's ideas about these animals as well, just let nature take its course.
Right.
But we're seeing a significant culture change among individuals, and we're seeing a real culture change in our municipalities, who used to say, just don't feed them.
Right.
And I guess people thought they'd dematerialize or something and just go away. But some years ago, when our local shelters began to change their fee structure to be more realistic for what their expenses were, their fees went up, and a lot of municipalities said, well, we're just going to pay for dogs and we're not going to pay for cats, and they did nothing, and things really got bad. So then I think it became clear that this wasn't working,
Right.
and that something else had to work. And so slowly but surely we're seeing a lot of municipalities step up and change the way they do things, and they're seeing the success and they're sharing that with their peers, and so it's really spreading.
Good.
So
Very good.
it's encouraging. It makes one feel more optimistic about the future.
Now, if somebody can't get out here to make, I mean, we have people from, believe it or not, all over the country that watch our show. How could they make a donation?
We have a PayPal account you can go through on our website to make a donation. You can mail a check to us if you want to.
Okay, well, what's your website?
Our website is www.nobodiescats, all one word, .org.
Nobodiescats.org.
And we have a donation link, so
Perfect.
people can click on that.
Excellent.
And our address is on there, and lots of information. Plus, our Facebook page, event page, and our regular Facebook page are up on our website as well. So
Okay, well, what's your Facebook page?
it is Nobody's Cats.
Nobody's Cats.
Capital N, capital C.
Okay. Fantastic. Now, how long have you been doing Spirit of Oneness?
I think this is our fourth year, I think.
Okay.
Third or fourth year.
Partnered
yeah.
up.
Yeah.
That's great.
We've been so grateful to Sharon for her support in this and many other ways, and it's a wonderful event, and we really enjoy it, and we love meeting people. We get to meet a lot of people from all over, and it's such a positive environment and such positive energy. Plus, we raise a lot of money for our clinic, which is great.
Good. Excellent. Well, thank you so much for taking some time
Thank
out
you.
to chat with us.
Thanks.
You have a
Appreciate
great
it.
show.
We are.
All
Thank
right.
you. All right. Cool.